Georgie, thank you so much for being here with
My
me
pleasure.
today. I appreciate it. And you are better known as Dr. Rodiger
Yes.
because you are a psychologist, you are an ordained Christian pastor, as well as founder and executive director of the Georgiana Rodiger Center,
Yes.
which is a nonprofit organization that you created to help others and train them to become therapists.
Yes, and to take care of people who are poor, who can't afford, not necessarily desperately poor, but can't afford the price of therapy. So we see people on a sliding scale so that they can't afford to come to us for therapy.
So they call you and they tell you their needs, and then you will match them with
Yes,
a
exactly.
therapist that you're working with.
Yes, we will, depending upon what they can pay for.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
And how many years have you had the organization? The
32.
nonprofit?
It's a long time.
That's wonderful. Now you also raised 5 children. Were you able to embark upon this career while raising 5 children?
Well, my husband and I separated when 2 of them were 11. The twins were 11, a boy and a girl, and then there was a boy 12 and a boy 14, and then a girl 17. And so I knew at that point that I wanted to have a career so that I could support myself later on when the children were grown. So I said to the children, I am going back to school and I'm going to go work in the state hospitals, which I did. And so you will be running the house and you will be cooking the dinners. And they all said, okay, if you'll show us how. And they all learned how to do the laundry and do the garden. They all learned how, and they were very happy to do that.
And you did not have outside help?
Once every 2 weeks I had a cleaning lady.
So was there one at home who could drive to take all of the others to their activities?
No, they had to find friends who would take them if they wanted to go.
Really?
Yes,
And-
because I was working.
And you just didn't worry about it. You just let them.
Well, they could
know
go on their
this is-
bicycle. I live down by Caltech, you
Right.
know, and so it's kind of central there. You can get to the school and get to everything.
Lake Avenue.
Yeah, Lake Avenue, exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. So you just did it. That's wonderful. And was it always your hope to go into this career or to follow your passion?
Well, I always wanted to be a psychologist because I love to talk to people. I love to hear their stories. I don't like to give advice much, and I try not to, but I love to hear people's stories as they wrestle with what their choices are about. So,
Well, you say that you like to listen to people's stories, but not necessarily give advice, which I think is interesting because, well, you and I have worked together and you've been amazing in my life, but, you know, throughout the years, you're amazing in that you are a generalist. You can handle any situation, whether it be couples therapy or children or special needs, a range of issues. Whereas most psychologists will specialize in children or in marriage or whatever it is. And so, of course, throughout time, I have, managed to go and meet others and who are supposed specialists, but I always come back to you because I feel like you don't just listen, but you give very sound advice and very pointed advice. And that's amazing to me because that's the piece that I feel like so many therapists just sit and say, how do you feel? What do you think?
True.
And that's not helpful for me.
no, that's right. That's right.
So how is it, do you think, that you are different?
Really what I did was listen to you very carefully in terms of what you were interested in, what was going on for you, and how that was making you uncomfortable with having raised so many children. I do a certain amount of advice giving, especially around child rearing. In terms of raising children, for example, as you know, all your friends who are wonderful mothers have different ways of being, and they need to be heard in their way of being. It isn't cut and dried how to raise children. Every child is different, every mother is different, every dad is different. So the question is being able to hear the whole picture and be able to move in and give thoughts as to what a person might do. And that's fun to do.
I have felt like you are amazing in that you have this quality and this ability to see almost through me, to understand my history, where I come from, how I've become the person I've become. And in sharing you with many of my friends, they have said the same thing. This may be a strong term, and I know that you probably wouldn't prefer it, but they've said she's like a psychic in that she just knows. Do you realize that in yourself? Do you feel like that's a gift that you've been given?
Yes. And I've had it since I was very little. I know what's going on in other people's minds. And in Christian terms, that's called the gift of discernment, being able to hear clearly and understand other people. And just some people have it more than others, the capacity to know what the person is actually thinking, not what they're saying that they're thinking. Or
Right.
a lot of people have a sort of a front that they put on. So
Right.
the question is being able to really understand what's happening.
You truly have that quality.
Well, and I like it. I mean, I like people. I like getting to know you. It's really exciting for me. I enjoy it, knowing your kids and your family. It's really exciting. It's a pleasure for me to do what I do and to be privileged to get to talk to people just like you who are terrific.
You are really amazing. You have been so helpful to my family, and I just think that you really have an amazing gift in that, as I said, when I meet others, I always come back to you because those qualities that you have are just different. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. It's exciting to do, and it's exciting to get to know people, because we all come out of a family that taught us that some things are right and some things are wrong, and the way our mothers and fathers handled us, we bring into our own relationships with our husbands and with our children, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes we have to rethink whether or not the way that we're reacting to the young ones is the most helpful for their stage of development. And it's hard to do that if you have never been a mother of a 6-year-old before.
Right.
Whereas I'm privileged to have been the mother of 5 children, and so I watch them grow up and have a little bit of distance. And you'll have the same gift for the next generation. You'll be able to help a lot of young people because you'll know very well, because you're raising 3 children, and that's a lot of children. So you'll have the same gift for others.
Well, we'll see. Well, thank you so much, Georgie. I appreciate your time.
You're so welcome. My pleasure to be talking to you.